Hello, I'm Lori Steiner. Welcome to Golden Opportunities.
Today, we'll boast about the best ways to break bad habits. Then, if you're weighed down by your weight, we'll enlighten you about an amazing new product to help you lose those pounds. Even if the groundhog sees his shadow, there's no reason you have to wait 6 weeks for a sunshiny smile. We'll pop up with proven procedures. Plus, we'll share ways to make your love of learning last your entire third act. And if you or a loved one is disabled, we'll enable you with information about a new savings account.
It's time to get GOing, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities. It's been a month since you made your New Year's resolutions, and let me guess, breaking up with your bad habits has been harder than you had hoped. Clinical psychologist Shirley Ratner is here with help to reroute your unhealthy routines. Dr. Ratner is with Metro Health. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Those darn old bad habits, why are they so hard to break?
Well, habits are behaviors that we repeat over and over again. So they actually become hardwired into our brain and they become automatic. So those can be good, because if we didn't have automatic habits, we would never get anything done, like driving on the right side of the road or closing the refrigerator when we're done. The problem is when the behaviors become unhealthy. Now, we can break habits, but it takes a lot of work and a lot of patience.
Okay, so what do we really have to do?
Well, since they're hardwired into our brain, we can't just get rid of them, and willpower is not enough. Oftentimes, we have to replace one behavior with a more desirable behavior.
Okay, so you've got 4 steps, right? A 4-step process to do that. So the first one is define the habit.
That's right. Sounds simple, but it's very important to name the behavior you want to change, such as smoking or stress eating.
Okay, well, that sounds like it's easy. You know what it is. So then step 2 is identify the trigger for the behavior.
That's exactly right. If you're reaching for a cigarette, for example, ask yourself, why am I reaching for this? Sometimes a trigger can be a time of day, it could be an emotion, it can be a memory, or even an odor that can trigger it.
So it's what's going on around you, your environment, and what made you do that. Okay.
That's right.
So we know what the habit is. We're trying to figure out what's causing it. And then I guess identify the need your habit is meeting is a big one. You've got to figure out what's behind all that.
That's right. You want to ask yourself a very difficult question, and that is, what am I getting out of this? What am I getting out of smoking or eating? Am I relieving boredom? Am I relieving stress? Or maybe I'm getting some comfort out of this.
Okay, yeah, smoking would do all of those things.
That's right.
So it depends on what your habit is and what's going on with it and what's causing that.
That's
Could
right.
be very deep-seated, I imagine, if you've been doing it for many years.
That's right. That's right.
So the next step, the final step, is figure out what is the behavior that will replace the bad thing we're trying to get rid of.
That's right. So if I'm trying to relieve stress, and usually I'm used to going and getting something to eat, well, replace it with something else that relieves that stress. For example, exercise. Or you could call a friend. Some people like to draw or write, take a bath, have a cup of tea. Some people like to mix all of them. In fact, it's good to keep a list when you're first starting to break a bad habit and replacing it, because the craving for the bad habit may get stronger at first before it weakens.
Yeah, just like everything, isn't that the case?
That's exactly right.
Worse before it can actually get better.
That's exactly right. And so the most important thing to remember is that you want to take your time, make small changes, make gradual changes, and remember, if you fail or if you have a setback, just get up and try again.
Okay, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right?
Exactly, absolutely.
Works for everything. So it doesn't matter if the calendar says February 1st instead of January 1st. You can always choose to make a positive change. Follow Dr. Ratner's steps to beat your bad habits and embrace new behaviors. And for more help, use the information that's coming up next.
To learn more, call Metro Health at 216-778-7800 or visit their website, www.metrohealth.org. Next, less wait, more to love.